Following two mass shootings in Louisville, Kentucky's Republican candidates for governor discussed solutions at a live debate held in downtown Louisville this morning. These are the four GOP candidates who showed up for the debate at 4th Street Live. State Auditor Mike Harmon, former U.S. Ambassador to the UN Kelly Craft, Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles, and the Mayor of Somerset, Kentucky, Alan Keck. Notably missing from the table today, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron. WHS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Nelson Reyes take us to the debate held by Kentucky Sports Radio during a 2-hour live broadcast.
On each side of the empty chair and mic held for Attorney General Daniel Cameron, the candidates were asked about Louisville's violence, days removed from two mass shootings that have shaken the community. The candidates asked whether they'd push for gun reform as governor. Short answer, no's across the board, including red flag legislation. Instead,
we need to focus on checking in on our neighbors. We need to focus on raising the awareness and getting rid of the stigma that unfortunately exists for those who are suffering through mental health issues right now.
You know, the left will say take guns, Republicans say mental health, and then nothing happens. And I think we need to do something. And I think it's inpatient clinical treatment. I think it needs to happen in Kentucky. I think we need to commit the resources to it.
But a lot of it also deals with a crisis of faith and a crisis of family. I'm not sure what is government we can do that, but laws need to enhance as opposed to tear at families.
I'm not going to touch the Second Amendment. We need to remove the stigma on speaking about mental health. We need to make certain that there are mental health resources, mental health access.
Then came the issue of the woke agenda in schools, deemed by some to be the indoctrination of left-wing views. Craft taking just seconds to utter the word wokeism.
This is what's available in Woodford County schools. The name of it, All Boys Aren't Blue. Be bold and brave and queer. We have teachers that have a passion to teach, and they are being directed as to what to teach.
Craft, along with Quarles and Harmon, putting the blame on Kentucky Department of Education Commissioner Jason Glass.
There is evidence, and his poor relationship with the General Assembly right now is making things worse.
We need to get back to teaching the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Keck, though, with a slightly different view.
Painting with a broad brush puts a lot of people in a bubble they might not belong in, and it doesn't move the conversation forward.
Isaiah joining me here tonight at 6 after covering the debate. As you pointed out, Kelly Craft said the word wokeism within really just seconds into her first answer. Now, the woke thing probably won't connect with many viewers in the big metro areas, Louisville and Lexington, but she's running statewide. Who's she aiming this message to?
Honestly, likely any areas not named Louisville, Lexington, you mentioned, obviously, they typically vote blue, especially on those issues. Craft mentioned on her tours that talking with teachers themselves, that they're concerned over pressure they're feeling to teach certain curriculum outside of your typical reading, math, writing. But Doug, based on teachers we've talked to who've called our station, they believe this to be completely untrue and honestly insulting to them.
So Donald Trump was a factor today, and they were asked directly by the host Matt Jones if they support Trump or Ron DeSantis, who aligned with the former president.
Well, both Craft, of course, working under the Trump campaign, said she'd vote for him again. Harmon did the same, so they both said Trump. It was interesting, though, both Quarles and Keck noted the fact that they said Trump lost to President Joe Biden once, and they see DeSantis as being a more viable contender. So they said they'd back the Florida governor as of right now.
All right. Thank you, Isaiah. And, of course, many more debates to come, so stay tuned.